Shabbat Shalom. I have a message today. It is entitled, You Cannot Fully Heal with the Places or with the People that you originally got sick from. You have to get away from them and let Yah heal you. I want to talk about a short story. When I was little, I was born in Denver, Colorado, but I ended up in St. Louis, Missouri, because my parents, when they got divorced, I ended up in St. Louis, where my father was from, and my mother stayed back in Denver. But I'm saying all to say this: when I stayed in St. Louis, I hated that place. And every chance that I got, I was always finding myself hopping on a plane, going somewhere in the nation or in the world traveling, because I wanted to get out of that place. And I always had dreams of moving to the motherland, because I remember growing up, these racist white kids, they learn from their parents, because racism, in my opinion, in a lot of instances is taught. Because I see kids play with each other from all races and nationalities, and I know that racism is taught. And so whenever I would hear white kids say, well, why don't you just move back to Africa where you're from? It finally dawned on me one day when I was 18. I said, I really want to do that. And so it just started a journey for me of wanting to go to the motherland. And unfortunately, it took me a long time to get there, but I eventually got there. Back in 2022, 2023, I started traveling there. And now, I have residencies there. I have a home there. My husband, I got married to my husband who's from there. And it's just been a blessing. But I'm saying all of that to say this: my healing didn't fully commence until I got away from the people, the places, and the things that were toxic. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want to say. America is toxic. From the laws, to the rules, to the regulations, to the people, to the food, to the water, to the air, it's toxic. Period. And so for me, it wasn't a no-brainer when I finally got the chance to leave this place and set up and get myself established in Gambia. And I knew when I came back, I was only coming back to get my stuff to permanently move. And so it's a no-brainer for me. But I say all of that to say this: when I went to St. Louis and I experienced all that racism, all of that foolishness that I experienced, all the fist fighting that I had to do, because I can throw down, I got hands. But that's a big reason why I got all these body pains now, is because of all of that. The point I'm trying to make is, it's sad that a lot of people that I see in today's time will sit up there and try to heal in a nation that's telling them in every way possible they don't want us to be here. They are killing Black people at an alarming clip. If they're not trafficking us, they're hanging us. If they're not hanging us, they're shooting us in the streets. If they're not shooting us in the streets, they're poisoning our water. If they're not poisoning our water, they're poisoning our food. If they're not poisoning our food, they're poisoning our air. Like, I don't know how much plainer it has to be shown to the Black people here in America that this government, this system don't want you here. But I digress, because I want to stay on topic. The point I'm trying to make is, you're not going to heal in environments that make you sick. You're not going to do it. I don't care what part of the nation that you move in this country, it's not going to help. Eventually, you're going to have to make a decision. Do I stay here and suffer with this racism, suffer with being targeted, suffer with being constantly maligned and persecuted? Or do I get off of my blessed assurance, partner with someone who has the same mindset as me, and get up out of here? Because the only way I was able to even get to the Gambia is that my business partner at the time, we put our pennies together and was able to go and scout that place. She went And then I went a few years later, unfortunately, after she died, but I continued in that legacy of finally putting one foot in front of the other to gain my full healing. See, a lot of you all are still caught in being outraged and being angry. And you're still trying to fight in a system that don't give a darn about you. This system does not care and will kill you. This is one of the reasons why I said it, but I want to bring out some points to you. After you get over having and lamenting over the pain that you have experienced, you got to rebuild your shalom. You got to rebuild your peace. And you can't rebuild it in environments, in countries, in places that are toxic. And then the third part is you got to relinquish vengeance. Stop trying to get vengeance with people. I'm even talking about even with these so-called Edomites. Because a lot of them, you think y'all ain't solved the nonsense they done? 300,000 people in Europe have burned up and died from the sun. Several 100,000 people here in the United States that are of European descent are dying from skin cancer and other skin-related illnesses. That's not happenstance. That's vengeance from Yah. He said he will repay. Their low birth rates. That's vengeance. Them killing each other. All these mass shootings, and they just kill each other. They had a dude from In-N-Out, the restaurant, shoot up a bunch of people and then shoot himself. That's vengeance. Don't think for 1 second that Yah is just turning a blind eye to what's going on. He sees it and he's handling it. But you need to get away from this. And it says, the fourth point I want to make to you is forgiveness without the obligation to reconnect. Stop trying to reconnect with folks that don't understand or see your vision. There are a lot of people that I left in Missouri, Louisiana, and all the other states that my relatives are living at and former friends are living at. I'm not reconnecting with them like that. Some people I talk to that I'm still friends with, but 90% of them jokers, I left them where they're at because they don't have the same mindset. They still want to try to live and thrive in toxic environments. And I'm looking on the news. Indianapolis is underwater. Ohio is underwater. Half of Missouri was underwater a couple of months back. Texas was underwater. Like if they want to continue to live in them environments, let them do it. But stop trying to reconnect with these folks because y'all not on the same plane. The fifth point, wisdom and hard boundaries. You got to have boundaries with these people. People are like, oh, you going to come back? Heck no, I'm not coming back and visit. The next time I come to Louisiana, it's going to be to move my stuff out of storage and to permanently move my stuff to the Gambia, West Africa. And that's it. Sorry about that. That was my alarm went off. But anyway, as I was saying, that's it. You have to establish hard boundaries with people because if not, you're going to get sucked right back into that foolishness. And the last point is producing life again. After you've done those other things like I mentioned, you got to rebuild again in Yah, the way he intended your life really to be. My life in the Gambia is peaceful. I have a loving husband. I have a house. I'm surrounded by nature, and I'm not dealing with all of the stress that I would be dealing with if I was constantly dealing with folks in America. Now, right now, I am in a season of transition. I'm back and forth. But the point I'm trying to make is I got somewhere where I can call home. I got my real peace. And I'm not sitting up here trying to fight and trying to figure out how to get that. And I realized, and I've been knowing this for years, if I would have left a long time ago, my life life would be totally different. But one thing I know about Yah, he don't do things before time. But what I want to say to you all in my conclusion is this. Quit trying to heal in places that you know that are toxic. Obey Yah, move, and heal. Shalom.